way I like to think about it is, um, how do you pick up a cup, right? You grab it and you pick it up, you know. Um, but if you grab it and you know, do something like you maybe don't hold it, maybe if you're retarded and you don't grab it hard enough and you try to lift it up, you'll, because you're not grabbing it hard enough, you're not gonna lift it, you know. That's the reason I like to think of it like that. Is like, it's just this thing of like, you know, if you're talking to an alien, right, and you're telling them how to pick up a cup, right, they might not get it because they're an alien. So it's just like, what am I doing wrong? It's just like you're not gripping hard enough, you know. Or it's just like, oh, now you're gripping, you know, um, a light bulb. That's not the cup. So you're not picking up the cup like you wanted to. You're picking up a light bulb now. Oh, now you're using your feet. All this stuff, and it's like just subtle things. You got to explain to the alien that actually these are your hands, and these are what you got to use, and these are your fingers, this is your thumb, stuff like that. And when it comes to screaming, when it comes to, that thing I said, maybe you want to sing and then just add an effect on your voice. It's a it's kind of like teaching an alien, right? Um, because um, because what happens is because you're kind of like, because you're a human being, and it's like it's very easy to get um like other things affect you, and it makes you kind of alien the um to being able to scream, because it's like you've got all this other retardation going on, like, oh, I don't want to um embarrass myself, or I don't want people to hear me, and um you know and if it, I'm scared it might sound bad and they might laugh at me, and um you know stuff like you know I don't even care, and you know um and oh, I'm not in the mood, or I'm you know you don't get it, right? And humans are a very complex thing, and the fact of the matter is sometimes you're just in a better place to be able to scream than you're not. If that makes any sense. Like, if you take a say, like, a lot of it is mindset, and you can get trapped in a mindset where screaming just seems like an impossible feat. Um, you know, um, you can build bad habits, and your ego can get involved, and you can live in denial. You know, thinking like, people get this thing of like, I know I get it, but people get this thing where they do something wrong, and they're so stubborn on the fact that they don't like to admit they're wrong, that they just keep doing the thing, even though they know deep down it sounds like shit. But like, the thing is like, they don't even know deep down, actually, to be honest, because like sometimes you can just live so much in denial, and you can just believe your lies, and then you end up just like thinking that what you're doing is good, even though it's shit. Just because of the fact that you just like get You just believe your lies, and you're kind of like just too dumb to for your own good, because you're just so stubborn on this thing of like, I can't be wrong. How can I have been wrong? It's me. I'm never wrong. People get really protective over holding onto that piece of shit of a voice, of a piece of shit of screaming voice. It's not even screaming. It just sounds like fucking. It just sounds horrible. It just sounds awful. I know I've had that experience where you just, like I say, you just don't like to admit you're wrong. You don't like to admit that, maybe you've been wasting a lot of your life doing things wrong. You know, the fact of the matter is, you've got to wake up sooner or fucking later. You know, even if it takes you fucking 10 years to fucking wake up, just wake up at some point. You know, you can't go on like this. You can't go on doing something wrong for the rest of your life. It's just so sad. And I know it's sad that you're going to have to admit, like, the truth can hurt, that maybe you've wasted 10 years doing something wrong, but at least you'll fucking learn at some point. And I know it's not the greatest thing to hear that you've been doing it wrong for 10 years, right? But you have to hear it, you know, even though, like, one day the ship will sail, you know. But I don't want you to ever believe that it ever has, you know. As long as you're alive, be honest with yourself. I don't care if you're 60 years old and you've been trying to scream since you're 20 and you've been doing it wrong for 40 years, you know. Just admit it. Just admit that you're doing it wrong and that you need to, do it right. And yeah, it's like people get these bad habits, and you really need to look at yourself and be honest with yourself and wake up. And the fact of the matter is like, sometimes it's like, I don't know if it's always a fact, maybe it's not always as complicated, but sometimes it's kind of complicated to understand how to do it right. Sometimes you really got to figure it out. you know I know in my case this is how I approach things. I just like to figure stuff out. But sometimes you can probably just like understand what you're doing. Like you just have like a eureka moment, and you can just figure it out. Um, but it's I encourage you to figure it out. It's like, the thing is like, I can make a video trying to explain every single way that you might be doing it wrong. But the fact of the matter is, there's a billion fucking, like, people have so many different issues. Some people are singing from their nose. Some people are, trapped in their throat and, pushing from their throat, and just doing weird shit. That, it's like, it would take me forever to tell you every single way you could be doing it wrong. So it's like, the best way um, to learn is to just be honest with yourself. I mean, I can't speak for everybody. I can't speak for like absolutely everybody. Because the fact of the matter is like, I'm not with you. So I can't observe you, and I can't observe what you're doing wrong. What you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. I'm just speaking on YouTube to millions of people. Obviously, it's not millions of people because no one's watching my videos, but we're just talking hypothetically here. You know, and it's up to you to sort it out. It's up to you to, it's up to you to do it. Stop doing it wrong, and yeah. I do want to say that, um, that Milky cover that I did, what I liked about that was the fact that I really let loose and I really just like let go. And that was like the first time that I actually really got into trying to doing this screaming stuff. And it's just kind of ironic that the further I went down trying to, work on my voice and work on my screaming, it's like I started just to create a problem that didn't exist. It's like from that first take of Milk It, I got it right, you know, and I guess I tried to do it again, but maybe, I just got into my head and just started to think, how do I do it? And, as soon as you start to think, like, how do you do it? That's what you start to overthink. I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, in order to do it, you just gotta scream. It's just like, to, to be honest with you, like, if you want to know how to scream, do you want me to be honest with you? The way to scream, look at the definition of scream. That's how you scream. You know, that's what you do. That's all you do. How do you scream? You scream. That's it. All right. You know, you just let go. You know, it's like it's very easy. Don't get retarded about this shit. You know, um, because it's not rocket science. You know, how do you scream? You know how to scream. You know how to scream just how you know how to brush your teeth or you know eat or you know put your shoes on. It's you know you know how to do it. All right, bye.